I'm Jake. I'm a construction worker full time, and today I made $321 through my prop firm account through Tradeify. It is a 50K growth funded account, and as you can see on this homepage, which hasn't updated yet, right now it says $692 is my profit, but my target is 3 grand in order to pass the evaluation phase and move to a sim funded account so that I can start to work towards payouts. But we got to get to 3 grand. Today was my second day trading this account. That puts me up $1,000 in total P&L. Today was a good trading day. I'm happy with closing the day green and up $300. It could have been better, but let's jump into the charts and we will go over some things that I need to work on and what I did good and what I was looking at. Might get a little messy. Today I traded ES. I got this higher time frame chart over here that I was looking at this morning just for some macro context. Is something that I need to focus on. This is actually one of the things that I realized today I need to put more emphasis on and focus on every single day. So we had these. So first of all, we're in bearish market structure. I know that on the 4 hour, I know that on the 1 hour, the daily time frame broke. So I was looking at this 4 hour to see if it was going to break structure to the upside, which it hasn't done yet. We had this, well, I guess on NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, it did do it, but ES, it had not. So on ES, it did not break structure yet, which was kind of just a little fishy. We had this high point right here where you can see wicks went above, no candle closes, new high point right here, another wick above, no candle closure. So on NASDAQ, I wasn't convinced. We did have break of structure right here where this white line is on the 4 hour, but then I was looking at these highs that it recently made. Didn't break those highs. Another wick and another candle closure below. So I was definitely on the fence of where I was targeting today. At market open, I was definitely feeling a little bearish. And we could run through that right now. Let's see. We'll do this the best I can, kind of go over what I was thinking. So market open this morning. This is a 5 a.m. candle, 6 a.m. And it was already sweeping out the lows of this 1 hour liquidity on both at NASDAQ and ES. We had this 4 hour fair value gap right here that I was waiting to see if it was going to get respected. It already got respected one time, so the fact that it was double tapping it this morning wasn't looking good. I was definitely looking for shorts, but upon market open here, we just ended up going straight up and kind of threw a wrench in everything that I was looking at. Obviously, this was like a sign for entries, so I was looking for some kind of move up at market open, but we ended up coming all the way up here and taking out these 1 hour highs that made me start feeling a little bit bullish. So on ES, we actually did not sweep those 1 hour highs. So that was the catalyst that I was really focusing on, but went too far. But as you can see, NASDAQ sweeps these 1 hour highs, and I was at this point, I was looking for longs. I was looking for a pullback into one of these fair value gaps and hoping to get a continuation trade to target these highs up here. And I thought that it was going to be like fairly obvious. Keeping that bearish bias this morning, I was intently looking at ES, because if ES did not take out those highs and we got a reversal before, then that was like pretty clear indication of a bearish SMT, which is just a price divergence between NASDAQ and the S&P, where NASDAQ sweeps a high, ES does not sweep a high, and it kind of indicates that price is reversing off that. So ES was the leading indicator. It did not sweep that high. That would kind of just lead us to assume that this is going to take out these lows down here first, and that's what I was targeting. And sure enough, if we go another candle, we did not get that. And then I was looking for most likely, I know for a fact, I was looking at this break of structure here, which it looks like we got right there. And then I was looking for a retracement, and I was scaling down to a lower time frame in order to find some kind of inverse fair value gap. So, which I don't even, I probably took the trade right there, honestly. Let me go back. So I think I was looking for an inverse fair value gap or a break of these lows right here. And on this next candle, went lower, got the break of structure right there. And I think at that point, I went short 4 contracts on the S&P. Cute little noise, scared my dog. My stop loss was all the way up here, which is good to see because when I was logged into Tradeify on TradingView, I could not see exactly how much my stop loss was worth. And it kind of scared me. It messed with my psychology today, and that was actually one of the things that I did wrong. So my first target was going to be these lows, and I was aiming to take 3 contracts off the top. So that would have been around like $310 or something, which is actually pretty funny because that's exactly what I ended up getting anyways. We confirmed that. It's on the 1 minute time frame. And I'm going to press play here. And as you can see, price was just super choppy for this next hour. Really, it felt like that 7 a.m. candle to the 8 a.m. close. It was just going up and down, faking me out. Mentally, while I was trying to work, I couldn't watch these charts, so I would just check my phone every 5-10 minutes, and just seeing that we were like in this range and taking out highs and taking out lows, but not really like making a push was really draining, and it was making me exhausted. I didn't know how much money I was going to lose if my stop loss got hit. I wasn't really prepared to lose $440 this morning. I think what I was floating on these highs was like $200, and I already didn't like that. I wish that I would have been a little bit more patient for an entry a little bit higher in this kind of like accumulation zone. And I think right here, when we start pushing down, let me pause real fast. Yeah. On this initial push down here, I was up about $285 at these lows. I put a stop loss of 2 contracts at the base of this candle because I just wanted to take profit and move my stop loss to break even so that I could stop worrying about the trade. It was a guaranteed winning trade and I could move on with my day. So those 2 contracts got hit right here. I think I profited like $100 or whatever. And then I set my stop loss right up here to break even, just like that. And I let the rest ride. And in fact, it did go all the way down. Obviously, it wasn't $435 today. It was $320. But yeah, so that was a pretty clean trade. Those noises are hella annoying. It was a pretty good trade, but I wish I never touched my stop loss or try to move them so early, and I should have just let the trade play out, because that would have been 3 contracts taken right there. It would have been the same amount of money, $310 or whatever, and then I would have moved my my stop loss to break even at that point and let 1 contract ride, because there was a pretty high probability of price coming all the way down and sweeping these lows on this higher time frame, because we were just kind of reacting so bearish this morning, and we got that sweep of the 4-hour highs, which is something that I need to watch more intently. And yeah, it was just looking like a good trade. I think regardless, I would have got stopped out this morning, even if I would have left that 1 contract to ride for the rest of the trade. Price ended up dumping a little bit lower, and then it came up pretty high, swept out everybody that was short, and then it retraced and finished the move. So yeah, I mean, something that I just really need to like take away from today is marking out 4-hour highs and making them a different color, putting some kind of significance on it, because that was a really important level today on what liquidity was swept and where price was going from there. So right there, 4-hour sweep this morning. I just need to be better about that. And also just not moving my stop losses. That's the second lesson that I'm going to take from today, is leave my stop losses, leave my take profits, let the trade ride out. And if I'm over leveraged, I need to deal with that instead of moving my stop losses. So today was good though. Really happy with my trading. We are going to get back at it tomorrow and keep working at this prop firm. So thanks for tuning in. Later.